Miss Cooney, please sit down. You've got a broken ankle.
Thelma, if you're not going to call a cab, I will.
Ryan,
Hi. You want to drive me to Tad?
my patient's not going anywhere.
What's going on? What happened?
I'll tell you all about it on the way over there.
Dixie, come on. You broke your leg in Canada?
Look, please, just trust me, okay? I have to get over to Tad. Things are about to hit the fan. Turns out, Brooke might be pregnant.
You can walk out of here with no additional child support staring you in the face. I'm not pregnant. Repeat, not pregnant. Well, feel free to let the relief register on your face. I wouldn't be offended. Not at this point. So anyway, moving on. You went to Canada to choose between Dixie and me, and you chose Dixie. Fine. So I think it's time that we stop beating around the bush. Do you want to file for a divorce or not?
Yes. I do.
So, after all this, the marriage is finished.
Brooke, I promise you, I will try to do everything I can to make this as simple and as painless as humanly possible, but I'm sorry, I don't want to go on hurting you anymore, and I don't want any of this to hurt our son.
Oh, really?
If we're careful, and I know we can handle a divorce in a way that won't leave Jamie traumatized or scarred in some way for the rest of his life.
Jamie was perfectly fine before your miraculous reappearance from the dead, and he will be again.
He's just a little boy.
Well, children are adaptable. You know, you should know that about children. He'll survive.
I want a lot more for our son than just survival, and I think you do too. I mean, I assume we both want him to grow up happy and well-adjusted, knowing, loving, and being loved by both his parents. Right?
That was our dream.
It still is. Look, I miss so much with Jamie, but I'm here now, and I want to stay. I love him. He's part of me. He's my son, and you've seen that in action every single moment of every day that we've spent together. You could testify to it.
Well, yes, I could also testify that there were days that you could have been together when you were in Napa, or you were at a business trip in New York, or you were in the wilds of Canada on some hunting expedition.
Could we please keep the conversation focused on Jamie?
And let's not forget the fact, all the nights that you were chasing around to protect Dixie from the dangerous Tad Orsini.
You're not even hearing what I'm saying.
Oh, yes, I am, Tad. You're coming in loud and clear. You want a divorce, you want to destroy our marriage and everything that we have worked for, but you don't want any of it to affect our son, and I am saying to you, our son, my son, will get over it.
I don't want him to have to get over anything. I don't want this to tear us apart. I still want to play a major role in his life.
Well, what major part do you see yourself in?
I am Jamie's father, and nothing is going to change that.
Let's get one thing straight, okay? No matter what, Dixie Cooney is not raising my child.
I have to warn Tad.
Dixie, hold on. Come on. You can't just race over there, walk into the hornet's nest. You got to chill out, okay? Chill out. Come on.
You're right. I'd just go over there and make it worse. But I just wish I knew what was going on.
Well, how come you know about Brooke and Tad doesn't?
Opal came over here yelling and screaming about how horrible I am and how I'm ruining Tad's life. So I yelled back and she left.
Yeah. Is she sure about this? Huh?
No. It turns out that if Brooke is pregnant, she used the oldest trick in the book to get her man. And everybody says that she's so unselfish, so noble. Oh, my foot.
Oh. If this is true, it's a pretty rotten way to hold on to somebody, I know.
It's absolutely the worst. You know, when I think of all the hours that I spent agonizing over what I was doing to this wonderful woman that I respected and admired. Meanwhile, while I was beating myself up, Brooke was plotting to have another child with a man that didn't even know if he wanted another one or not. And Opal, my champion defender, is on her side.
Brooke did take her in when she left Palmer.
Oh, well, so what? I mean, that's no excuse. Opal has a mind. She just doesn't use it. She doesn't think for herself. She just parrots back whenever anybody tells her. When she was on my side, oh, I was the love of Ted's life. And she was my very best friend. And now she comes in here, she calls me a scarlet woman to my face, practically. Walks in and out of my house like a stormtrooper. She found out about me and Ted from Brooke, and naturally, being Opal, she had to set me straight. Tell me that I didn't understand. Make sure that I knew how important Brooke and Jamie were to Tad. Like I'm clueless? Like I haven't watched Tad suffer over this?
She's entitled to her point of view.
Okay, you're not hearing me. This is the kicker. Opal admitted that Brooke lied about using birth control. And then she told me that it was my fault. Not Brooke's. Mine and Tad's. We drove her to deceive her husband. What, that's not the most outrageous thing you've ever heard in your life?
I don't know, Brooke was confused, I guess.
You tell me you're on her side, too?
No, Dixie, I'm on your side. I hate to see you like this.
I just feel bad. It's horrible. It's hard on everybody, and Tad especially. I love him, Brian. I love him so much.
I hate Tad. He always makes you cry.
You're a little confused about Tad, huh? You got a lot of feelings about him and your mom?
He makes her cry.
Yeah, sometimes. But not always.
I don't like it.
Okay, but you like me, right? We're buddies. We're pals, right? So can I tell you something about your mom and Tad? They have loved each other for centuries now. Just way before you were born, even. I know it's hard sometimes to understand why somebody loves somebody else, but when they do, it can be the most powerful thing in the world, buddy.
What about Ted?
Well, you mean, where'd he go? Why'd he leave town all of a sudden?
He's confused about him. Do you remember what I told you, sweetheart? Come here. Remember I told you that he decided to leave Pine Valley because he just felt like it wasn't the right place for him to be.
Yeah. It's just like Justin's mom and dad decided last summer. You know, they moved to Atlanta, right? Justin was your friend, just like Ted, and you miss him. They're gone, but that doesn't mean you have to forget about all the fun times you had together. You know that picture you just showed me of you and him at the fair? That was great. And he just sent you that postcard from Georgia. You know, I bet, who knows, Ted might send you a postcard from Canada. The thing is, you and him had a lot of fun together, but he just lives someplace else now.
Because of Tad. He hates Tad. That's why he's gone, right?
You will never take Jamie away from me, ever.
You know me better than that. Why would I want to come between you and Jamie? Look, that doesn't make sense. You're his mother. You're incredible with him. He needs you.
Oh, I'm surprised that you noticed.
He lights up every time you come into a room. When you kiss him goodnight, every night he goes to bed, he knows he's safe. But the first thing I ever said about Jamie, before I even knew he was mine, was how in awe I was of everything you've done to raise him. I still am. Brooke, you're an incredible mother. It's the thing that drew us closer together.
Oh, here you are. You're just back from your most recent vacation with your mistress, and you're talking about what a wonderful mother I am, and that's what brought us together.
Sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to be insensitive. I don't want to fight. All I want to do is work this out as amicably as is humanly possible.
Do you have any suggestions on how we should do that?
I promised Jamie that I would write up a list to Santa Claus with him and send it to the North Pole and then be here on Christmas Day to see what came down the chimney. Now, I know right now that my word doesn't mean a hell of a lot to you, but it means a lot to Jamie, and I want to keep it that way. So I am asking you, can we please have Christmas together for Jamie's sake? Don't we owe that to our son?
Will a perfect Christmas salve your guilt? Tad, is that it?
I'm just trying to do what's right. I'm just trying to keep my word.
Never mind your word to me, right?
Can we just have a nice Christmas and make our son happy?
Peace on earth, goodwill to men, that sort of thing?
Do you want me to beg? Is that it?
No, you don't have to beg. You can have Christmas, this Christmas, and that's all.
Thank you. I know this is difficult. You've been terrific.
Don't ever say that to me, ever. Again.
Fine. I'll come back and help Jamie with his list later. I'm sorry.
Nobody could have tried harder. That's why Tad went to Canada, you know? So they could try and be friends. You remember when you and Patrick built that fort out in your backyard, you know? And it didn't work out so well? Same sort of thing. Tad, he's a good man, and Ted is just a very sad man, but he's not sad from anything that Tad did.
No, Tad really wanted to help him.
Do you want to be with him forever?
Yes, I do.
Will that happen?
Excuse me, Miss Cooney. More company.
Hello, Tad. Hi, Brian. Good to see you again. Hey there, Sport.
You say hi, sweetheart.
Hi.
I heard a rumor you got some Christmas cookies baking in the oven.
Junior helped me. They're done.
Yeah, come on, let's check them out.
Oh, thanks. You
Are you
all right?
okay? I was
Opal
with Brooke.
here.
She
She's
knows everything.
explaining everything.
I'm sorry. What'd you say? Opal was here?
Yes, she decided it was time that she stuck her big fat nose into our business.
Well, it certainly sounds like my mother.
She also told me that, I don't know if it's true or not, you might be a father again.
Oh, no, honey, I'm sorry you had to hear that. Listen, I promise you, the first chance I get, I'll kill my mother for you.
Is it true?
No. No, Brooke is definitely not pregnant. The bottom line is, I love you, and I want to be with you. And nothing is going to keep us apart. What's most important to me right now is that this thing is finished and over with. As soon as it can be. Look, we're going to be together, I swear.
Something wrong?
No, nothing.
Come on, something's obviously bothering you.
No.
Dixie, this is me.
When it seemed like Brooke was going to have another baby, I just had this really horrible deja vu, you know, to when before when we thought that you were dead and Brooke was carrying your child.
Don't even think about that.
I can't help it. I know it's selfish. I know it is. And I know what Brooke must be going through must be really horrible. But for a second, all I could think about was this panic that I felt. I didn't think about you or what you were going through. I couldn't stand the thought of watching Brooke carry another one of your children. Sorry. I'm really sorry. I just had to get...
Dixie. It's okay. The worst is over. Brooke eventually calmed down and even started acting reasonable, and I knew she would be. Everything was going to be fine.
Are you sure? What about Jamie?
Well, we both decided that we love him, and we don't want this to hurt him.
What about Christmas?
Well, I told her that I'd made a promise that we were going to be together to Jamie and that I wanted to keep it. Eventually, she said yes.
Are you sure she understands?
Dixie, Brooke and I both want the same thing for our son. A Merry Christmas, and he's going to have it. Everything is fine as far as Jamie's concerned.